Hi, this is Brandon Splay from ThirstGym.com. Today we're talking about exercise called the Cross Connect Leg Lower with Foam Roller. So this is a great abdominal and trunk exercise, very challenging, really works well for those wide ISAs, those people that have a really hard time getting into flexion. They're just cranked through extension all the time, and we want to try to bring those ribs down, get some trunk musculature that kind of gets everything to open up, and this also is a good way to torch your abs for your clients or any kind of athletes you happen to work with. You're going to want a small foam roller. If you don't have a small foam roller, a small ball, a yoga block, any kind of object that's about a foot long or maybe even slightly smaller should work. The less immobile the person you're working with is, the bigger you're going to want this object to be. It's going to make it a little bit easier for them. If you have somebody that's just really poor mover, work on their movement quality first before implementing exercise like this, because ideally you want to be able to understand how to do a dead bug appropriately before you go on to an activity like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on the ground here, and what we want to make sure we understand from the dead bug perspective is that usually you're here, head to tailbone is flat, arms are up, 90-90 position of the hips, and then you would drop down. So what we're going to do with the cross connect piece here is we're going to take the foam roller, we're going to put it between our knee and our elbow. So we're going to hold it here, basically like I'm looking at my hand, like I'm kind of like reading a book. Okay, we're going to create the tension here between the knee and the elbow. That's immediately going to cause some flexion. We're going to get that backside to open up a little bit. We're going to hold this position here, and then what we're going to do is basically be in our dead bug position. Okay, except this foot is now going to go to extended. It'd be extended. So we're not going to be here. We're just going to raise it up. And then that way, what we're going to do is that as we lower, that's a good long lever arm. We're just going to lower it as slow and controlled as we can so that we don't lose that tailbone to head reference. So we want to make sure all that stays on the ground. We want to make sure our pelvis is posteriorly tilted. We got to take that belt buckle and pull it towards our face. Once we have all that done, we're good here. Big thing, make sure you keep your head back, chin relatively neutral. We don't want to be like this through extension through our neck. Kind of keep everything packed and down. Here, hold, slowly lower everything, and then we're going to come back up. Lower, 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 and then come back. I can tell you right now, it's really hard. Try to get good and long. It's not just lowering. You're going to try to reach out with your foot, reach out with that hand, and then you do the other side. As you can probably tell, I was shaking just a little bit there, and that was only 5 quality reps. The other way you can make that exercise harder is, again, to find a smaller object. A smaller object for me would have been very challenging. This is a good place for probably most people to start, and then you can make this object smaller with different yoga blocks and things like that, balls. Also controlling the tempo, so good slow controlled reps all the time. But if you really want to make them hard, you can give each one like a 5-second eccentric where you're just counting to 5 on the way down and come back. Really teaching that torso control, but also making sure the abdominals, everything is working together as a unit as we resist that motion. And it's a really good way to just stricken up those dead bugs. If people say, man, dead bugs, I don't really feel like I'm doing them right. This will definitely make sure that they're doing something very similar correctly. So when it comes to programming for this, I really think 3 to 4 sets of about 5 to 8 reps per side is plenty. Once you start doing 8 reps, you're probably not working well enough to be able to get the benefit from exercise, so you probably need to slow down a little bit. Or you can always squeeze that foam roller between your knees and your elbow. Just squeeze it harder and really try to create that turn, that rotation, and then also make sure that backside stays good and opened up, but again, everything's flat on the floor. Got any questions about the exercise, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks, have a great day.